The story of the Passion of Christ begins in the Garden of Gethsemane. It is a tale of courage, sacrifice, and profound love, and centers around Jesus Christ, the central figure of Christianity. As the night falls, Jesus and his disciples retire to the garden, seeking solace and reflection away from the raucous crowds of the city. Jesus, aware of the trials that await him, spends his remaining moments in earnest prayer. Though his disciples try to keep vigil, they succumb to sleep, leaving Jesus to endure his agonizing anticipation. As he prays, sweat like drops of blood falls to the ground. He asks his Father if the cup of suffering might pass from him. Ultimately, Jesus submits to divine will, uttering the words, "Not my will, but yours be done." Soon, a group of soldiers, led by Judas Iscariot, one of his own disciples, arrives in the garden to arrest him. Judas, having agreed to betray Jesus for 30 pieces of silver, identifies him with a kiss. In the chaos that ensues, Peter lashes out with a sword and cuts off the ear of the high priest's servant. Jesus, demonstrating his compassion even amidst betrayal, heals the servant's ear and rebukes Peter for resorting to violence. Jesus is arrested and taken under guard to the house of Caiaphas, the high priest. There, he faces a series of trials marked by false accusations and merciless mockery. The Sanhedrin, the Jewish council, desperately seeks grounds to sentence him to death. Jesus maintains a calm dignity. As dawn breaks, he is brought before Pontius Pilate, the Roman governor. Pilate finds no fault in him, but the crowd, stirred up by the religious authorities, demands his crucifixion. Even when offered the opportunity to free a prisoner during the Passover festival, the frenzied crowd chooses Barabbas, a known criminal, over Jesus. Reluctantly, Pilate sentences Jesus to be scourged and crucified. Soldiers mockingly crown him with thorns, drape him in a purple robe, and jeer at him, calling him King of the Jews. Despite the humiliation, Jesus endures the pain silently. Forced to carry his heavy cross to the place of execution, Jesus stumbles under its weight. Simon of Cyrene, a bystander, is compelled by the soldiers to assist him. Finally, they reach Golgotha, the place of the skull, where Jesus is nailed to the cross between two thieves. In his final hours, Jesus speaks several poignant messages from the cross. He forgives those who have orchestrated his execution, saying, "Father, forgive them, for they do not know what they are doing." He promises the penitent thief beside him paradise. He entrusts the care of his mother, Mary, to his disciple John, showing his deep commitment to love and family even unto death. As darkness envelopes the land, Jesus cries out in spiritual desolation. Despite his suffering, he gathers strength to utter, "It is finished," signaling the fulfillment of his earthly mission. Finally, he commits his spirit into God's hands, breathing his last. A centurion standing guard witnesses these events and declares, "Truly this was the Son of God." Later, Joseph of Arimathea requests Pilate for Jesus' body to ensure a respectful burial.